guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing? And the chicken returns, and we're back over $6 million again. What a day, what a day. And God, talk about market manipulation by these market makers with these option contracts. I'm going to show you guys. This is insane. Like how to play it, what to do, 50-point drops, and just crazy, crazy, crazy. But let's get right into it, God. Just a terrific day, and excuse me. Couldn't have asked for anything better. But I mean, you know, it's just everything went perfectly, and just loved it. So what did we do today? How did we do today? Let's take a look. And this is even with one of our plays, CCIV, being down like $100,000 for me today. I thought that one was going to do well, and it just totally tanked from when we bought it. I thought it had a lot of support around 124, 125, but hopefully it has a lot of support around 122, I guess. But it's up a little bit after hours. But yeah, let's take a look. So for the day, up $473,000, still very heavily in GameStop. iDynamics got pounded again, down 28,000. Jaguar got hit again, down 11,000. CTYX down 4,000. Gold Rich, $500 positive. And but yeah, the CCIV. So we got into this one. I thought it, had some support. Before the market today, it was up a point. It was actually like over above $25. I thought it was gonna do something, and it just went down. So did average down twice, trying to, and I'll probably average down some more on it. But right now, it wasn't a great timing on that trade, or we would have had a really good day. But I wanted to start playing some other stuff again. Let's look at GameStop. This is just crazy. So like these 115s I bought back. So I had some bad timing on some stuff. I mean, we nailed it today. It was a great day, but I did have some bad timing on a couple of trades today on the stock. But I was smart enough to close out my hedge. And then I also did put a new hedge in, only on 900 contracts. And it's way below the strike price. And I'll show you why I did this. But like I said, with the market manipulation by these market makers, I'm going to show you guys this. I mean, at one point today, I was down 150 grand. And it's just crazy. So after hours, GameStop went all the way down to 115 or 114. Now it's up. I was up like to 133, up 11. And this means about nothing. After hours, they can move these stocks really easily. There's really the only people after hours on GameStop are buyers. There's no shorts. There's no options. There's no sellers. This person at Jefferies is, insane. Whatever they're thinking. But this really doesn't mean anything if it bounces. The only thing that is worrisome, and the reason I did that new hedge, so what I'm modeling on is if the stock continues to tank and keeps dropping, at the $85, this would be minimum $15. It should be about 17 or 18. And it really doesn't matter what these are. This would overtake it, and we keep that to the 182,000. If they do play with us and drop this, immediately 2 points tomorrow, because this market maker, he is playing hardball. I mean, it is insane what they're doing. Let me show you guys this. And this is what is really hard when you're dealing against stuff like this in the market. So today, when GameStop was down 39, so down $40, 22%, the put was down. At one time, when GameStop was at 150, this was down $2. It was down to like $5. I almost bought some more. I was like, I'm just buy some more. It's nuts. Like, I've never seen a stock drop 40 points and a put drops 11%, drops 9. I mean, even if it was flat, 40 points down and the market maker drops the put. I mean, you talk about manipulation to the hill. Then look at this, guys. When the stock was down 50 points, which is where it's at right now. So this kind of worries me. And this is why I did that hedge. So if the stock was tomorrow to open at 132, is this market maker going to drop the put by 4 points? Because that closed at, this is where it was flat at 770 from the previous day. So right now, after hours, it's right around there. So it's, tomorrow this could be a wild ride, because if he drops this back to, $7, you're talking about $400,000 drop all of a sudden. But I didn't want to hedge. I could have hedged the 100s. I could have done the 90s, and I could adjust these as, tomorrow, if for some reason it starts running, we could buy these back at really nice discount and pick up that profit, and I could sell the 100s for this week. But I think this thing's going to keep going down and going down. It has no reason to be going up. They've come out, they've said their earnings, and they didn't say anything else because they know there's nothing to say. I mean, their report was basically, we have 5,000 stores, we don't know what to do with them, and this is going, we need help. What do we do with it? And the online marketplace was way up. That's terrific, but that needs to come a long, long way before it actually equates to some huge profits. So it's going to be interesting. But like I said, terrific day today. Hopefully tomorrow this thing just goes down some more. Ideal situation would be as long as it keeps going down. But I can tell you right now, if this thing opens up flat tomorrow, let's say this thing didn't go down $1 tomorrow, even if it goes down probably $5, this market maker probably won't move this. I mean, he is just stubborn beyond belief. But yeah, I did good getting out of these others, and I'll show you guys. I mean, the 130s are $17, the 120s at 12, and the 115s at 9. I closed those out at 285 today. I almost was going to write some more. I was going to write them again at 5. Thank God I didn't do that. If we would have left all this in place, and I was a little worried because when I closed some of these positions out, then the stock went up and they started coming down, and I was like, oh great, now I just lost another 80,000 I could have made if I just left it alone. But it all worked out in the end. Hopefully tomorrow it works out. We got 2 more days of this week left. This has just been insane. King Cobra says, real quick, do not short AMC. You'll get wrecked, Raja. AMC is going to at least 20. What do you think, Raja? I told you guys at 114 I wanted to short it, and I wish I did while it's at $8 now. AMC is $9 now. There's no reason for it to be up. I mean, it's not a $20 stock, but and eventually I'm not going to short it at $9, but if it's at 14, 15, I think it's a great short play. Let me show you guys what I did today. CCIV. I thought this morning when it was up or it was like a little or coming down, I thought I was making a great move buying selling the 24s to open at 80 cents. So I did that. Then I sold 200 more at $1. I thought I was a hero because it actually then came back and I was actually almost even on the trade. Then it just tanked. So then I did 100 more contracts at $1.80. I was going to do some more, and then I said, you know what, let me just play it safe. I didn't want to tie up all my money into one play. So I only did that on that one. But and that at the end of the day, they were $1.64. So at least these are starting to become profitable, but we're a ways off on making money on this one. GameStop, what did we do? So I was trying to sell those 600 contracts. I canceled it when I started seeing it come down. I bought those 500 contracts back for $2.85, which thank God we did, or we would really be underwater on that trade. Because those closed at $9.65, so that would have cost us like $3.50. So we bought those back. Then I bought 400 contracts of the 120s back at $5.70, and I bought 200 contracts of the 130s back at $9. And you can see, I mean, we would have been down. We would have had a severe down day. So definitely, like I said, it was. I think it's the right play, and like I said, it'll be interesting. And that's why I did this little hedge here. At least this gives us a little protection. So if this guy tomorrow, screws us around for 3-4 points, we're going to be a little down, but at least it gives us some protection. Also, if you guys look at this, so for the day, it was at 473,000. These positions are only up 400,000, and this is down, these are all down 120. So my hedges that I closed out from yesterday, I was actually up about $150,000 on. So it worked out really well. But like I said, very interesting, and how it all worked out. So, and this is what I was showing you guys. If you look at the charts, so I came in and what I did is I wrote the 85s, at $2 or $2.10, whatever it was. And the reason I did the 85s is because if the stock, so right now the stock's $11 or 11, or the option, 11.30. If the stock was to tank tomorrow, 30, 40 more points or whatever, and it went to 185, then it's going to be over 15, 16 bucks. So I didn't want to write it right at the money because the premium wasn't all that great. If I did the 90, I really was only picking up 50 or 60 more cents. So that's to lose $5 on 900 contracts. To lose $5 is $450,000. and I'm only going to pick up on the hedge 54,000. So it didn't make any sense. And then I looked at, I could write the 100 even, because that will always be worth more. But the same thing. But like I said, they're going to manipulate this, and this is just one. This is going to be one that we have to, definitely take this to the hill. So hey guys, look who's back! It's our buddy Michael is back. Let's see. You were awake for me yesterday. I added a picture on my Facebook. Well, we don't even know if that's you. Account for you today. I say, let's bury the hatchet. Words were said on both sides, but it wasn't right for me to resort to name calling right out of the gate just because we disagreed on a subject of immigrants. Just know I did actually refer to you as a fat cat, not as fat. I can relate to what you said about dropping a bunch of weight. I've had to watch my weight my whole life. Not a hater. Never was looking forward to your. All right, Michael. If that's how you feel, you did call me bald, and you did call me pompous, and you called me some other word. But if you would like to bury the hatchet, that's fine with me. So Margaret says over 400K. That's amazing day. Thank you. King Cobra, Cinemark is at 20. AMC should be the same or higher, and with a short squeeze, it's 100. It's gonna be interesting. This is very down. This is very interesting with what's going on with GameStop and the Wall Street bet people and all this stuff. So yes, with short squeezes, but you guys are missing something. If people write a bunch of put contracts or they do different stuff, that affects the whole short squeezes. So they can manipulate all that. And these hedge funds and ETFs, they can find the stock to short. I know people on the Webull boards and Reddit boards and Robinhood were all posting, there's no stock to short, there's none of this, there's none of that. I can tell you right now, there's stock to short. There's people with limit orders that were getting triggered off when this thing started coming down hard. And there's a lot of people who are going to say, you know what? I'm done with it. I am done. Like, you have to remember, the average person who's trading this is only trading 1 to 5 shares. It's not people coming in buying 20,000 shares. There's no institution buying 100,000 shares at a time of GameStop and saying that this is a terrific company. This thing is going to go down. There's nothing to support it, and there's no value behind it. So I think that's what people really have to look at. And have to understand. It just has no value. It has value, and you know what? It's a great company. I love GameStop. I used to buy all my kids' stuff there. But like I said, unfortunately, the world has changed, and you have to just move on. And it's different. But yeah, you just have if 1 million people get together, and especially like after hours, it doesn't take anything. This at one point after hours today. Here, we'll pull it back up, see where we're at. At one point after hours, it was 114. Now it's up 10 points, 130, 131. But the volume is very low. It's, it's a million, I bet not even 1 million shares of trade. Let me put it here. Yeah, 1.5 million shares after hours. But there's no, you have to remember, after hours, there's no sellers. There's no, just those people who said, oh, you know what? I just bought some at 115. Now it's 130. I'm going to sell my 1 share. I'm going to sell my 5 shares. Maybe it's 10 shares. But a lot of people aren't playing it. It's a lot of people. And that's why the whole big thing was about, oh, stimulus is coming. The stock's going to run. $1,400 of stimulus only buys 7 shares of GameStop. It's not going to make a difference. And, you also have a lot of other stuff going on. In other news, let's look at Bitcoin. That's starting to drop a lot from its highs, $10,000 off of its highs, 10 grand off the highs. If the bottom falls out of Bitcoin and keeps, and this thing crashes, it could really wreak havoc on the markets. Remember what I told you guys? I said, these markets are not done tanking. They're going to sell off more. Do I think they'll bounce back? Probably in the next day or two. I sure hope they bounce back. With the market, because I have CCIV, I have IDX, I have, I have other puts and other stuff in stocks. But the reality is the markets, are way over. They ran very hard. And what people don't always understand is that things come down. Things go up, things come down. So always interesting. All right, let's see. Jeff says Cohen has over $1 billion of his money in GameStop. And you know what? And he's done really good because he has $1 billion of GameStop, and he got into it when it was below what, 20, $30. So he's done great. Even at $50, he does great. Plus he has probably options and other stuff. Yeah, will GameStop be $100 stock one day? Probably. But today it's not $100 stock. It's not a $50 stock. Except for Jeffries, who probably is trying to underwrite a deal to raise him capital. And that's the other thing. It's not a good sign that they need to go raise capital. GZ, $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on Tesla for the rest of the week? I have a call for 4-1 at 640. I'm bleeding. I hope we see a bounce. Pull up Tesla for you. It's definitely, it's down again today. 30 points. You have the rest of the week. I have a call for 4-1 at 640. I think the rest of the week can stay somewhere around here. I don't think it's going to hit the 500. I mean, the NASDAQ sells off 200 more points. It's going to be in the 500s. If the NASDAQ runs 100, 200 points, this will be back, could be back to 700. But it's going to be interesting what the markets do. Hopefully the Yellen and Powell will stop talking. I feel like every single day Yellen and Powell talk and the market keeps coming down. So hopefully they stop talking and the market can just go up. But it'll definitely be interesting. I would be, you got one more week to go. I mean, this is, Tesla's one where when it runs, it runs. It's just, it's so pricey. And I was actually looking today to write some Apple, and you just can't because the premiums are just out of this world. So it's just crazy, the premiums on this stuff. Thoughts on Sandile? We played that one before. I don't even know what that's at today. Watch that one. Keeps coming down also. From its highs, it's way down. If you believe in marijuana stocks and the government, making them legal, it's going to probably keep going up and stuff. So, Chris, what do you think ZOM is going to do? Sorry if it's been asked, just hopped on. No, it hasn't been asked yet. But I know that was a big one, and we played that one before. I remember I sold it, made a little money, sold it $1.50. Of course, it ran to $2.90 after I sold. If you ever want to know when to keep a stock, is right after the Raja sells. It always runs. It'll be interesting. I don't know. I mean, when you have a stocks, and I think this is what people forget about. And I say, I relate online trading and the stock market to basically the casino, and just imagine every single stock is a slot machine on the casino floor, and this is just a casino at our fingertips, and online gambling that's open from depending on where you live. Where I live here in Colorado, from 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time until 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I have this casino that's open, and you have thousands and thousands of stocks that you can choose from. The thing is, what is the value to these stocks? And I guess what people are missing out on is if enough of us all come together and we said, right now there's, a couple hundred people watching, right? If we all said right now, let's find some stock that's trading after hours, like $1 stock that we could buy right now. And we all went over there and we all bought 1,000 shares. And let's say the stock after hours only trades, 50,000 shares normally, and there's 100 of us, and we all buy 10,000 shares at $1. We're going to double, triple price that dollar all the way up, because a lot of people after hours don't have sale orders in. They're not going to know the stock's running, and it's going to go all the way up. And then tomorrow morning, when people see this and they go, "Oh my God, that $1 stock is now $3," they just start selling, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it's back. And that's why they say, buy on the dips, and when stuff goes. The problem is, you don't know when to sell it. How do you guys have watched me? You kind of have to set rules where it's, is it like, are we just going to do 100 share? Are we going to make 10%? Are we make 20%? Is it a 50% goal? What is our goal? I mean, and people, the MOFO or FOMO, fear of missing out, starts coming in, and people tell people. I mean, you guys saw this with Signal. Signal went to $72, $79, when Elon Musk tweeted it, and now it's finally back down to $2, or I didn't know where it's at. But it was still. I mean, and it still makes no sense why it still would be at $2.10. This was a 50-cent stock when he tweeted it. It went all the way up to $70, $71 almost, and it has a low of $1.50. So it's basically back to where it was now and what it was worth. But somebody owns this at $71. Somebody owns this at $70 that didn't sell, did sell, or is stuck with it or something, over a tweet. And like I said, it's, a lot of people aren't watching the market all day long. So somebody goes, hey, Elon Musk just tweeted a signal. Okay, let's buy some, $60. Here's another one. Remember when Trump said Kodak was going to do all that stuff and it ran to $60? It's the same thing. I know some people who bought it at, $50. And I mean, they only bought $5,000 worth and it was just to have fun with it. And then, they lost $4,000. But the thing is when you buy this stuff and it runs, then you don't know when to sell. And sometimes I have the same thing. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, what if it comes down? What if I sell too early? So Chaos points out, look at AABB. And that was another one of the Kenny and the research team's plays today. It was up pretty strong and then came back down a little bit. This is another one. Is this the right dip to buy it on? Yesterday this thing was 58 cents. Look at this thing, or 59 cents, a day ago. These are very tough, and you just have to, make the right things. King Cobra, thoughts on CCIV? I got back into that one today. Of course, I thought I was making a good choice on it. I've, played it. I understand it. I thought there was a lot of support around 24, 25. But if you have a market that crashes, there's no support at all. So definitely have to look at that. Somebody says, what about Boeing? I think Boeing has a long uphill battle. I mean, they have all these problems with airplanes. They've ran, tremendously from where they were. New plane orders are way down still. Airlines aren't making, they're going to start making money now as everything comes back on. But international flights are, still very, very, small. It'll be very interesting. But yeah, I don't think Boeing short term is a great value. I think Boeing at $170, $180, I would buy it. I think it's a good value at this price. I don't think it's a very good stock. Rent slots, I follow 200 to 300 stocks. Can't find a bargain on anything. Holding 50% cash, really hard not to jump in. And it is, and that's one thing. Like I said, this is like an online casino. We're gamblers, and you want to just get in there and stuff. Do you think it's possible GME dips more? Yeah, I 100% think it's possible. I think this thing goes below $100. It already showed after hours. It went to 114. And like I said, I don't know. Somebody made a post that somebody believes in, and it's up. Wait till it's normal hours tomorrow, and it may open up tomorrow. Look at even today. At one point today, it was $166. And it closed at 120. So these things bounce around and definitely can move quickly and stuff. Jeff Scott says, what do you think about Penn Gaming? So that's another one. It's run. It's done really good. I like a lot of these casino ones. This one, same thing. It was high as 140, as low as $8. That's a huge range. It's moving a lot. Without knowing how is Penn National Gaming stock a buy. Do they have? I don't even know what their earnings came out at. But yeah, this was a great one at. This is a great one at $50. It was a great one. The one I've been I always tell you guys, and because we're in Reno, Monarch, and they're supposed to have earnings coming out. Let's see here. So this one's come down a little bit. After hours is up, and I think his earnings this week, right? What day is earnings? Oh, not till April 20th. Oh, so we got a little ways there, I guess. I think this one's great. This is, I was just in Reno because the hotel was 100% sold out. The casino floor was packed. Definitely there was a 2-hour wait for the buffet. All the restaurants had waiting lines. It's very, very busy. Here in Colorado, Monarch is the busiest of all the casinos in Colorado that I've been to. And I've seen, and there's some big ones like Ameristar and Lodge and different ones up there. Isle of Capri, which Caesars owns. The Monarch, it's brand new. It's the busiest. They're making money. Are they going to have I can't see them not having. And they were regional based. So they had a good fourth quarter. and they're having a terrific first quarter because they also didn't get shut down. They didn't have a lot of the restrictions that a lot of other casinos had, or where Vegas, was way down. Here in Colorado, the Monarch in Colorado is like the Cosmo in Vegas. It's one of the busiest casinos, and they're just killing it. So it'll be definitely interesting what this one does. Somebody says Neo. I haven't even looked at Neo forever. It's probably way down with the electric car all crashing. Same thing. But like I said, you got to look at this stuff. This was another $2 stock. At some point, this thing was nothing, and it took off. And I think that's what people just don't understand. A lot of these companies that aren't profitable or near profitable or have a good future, if your stock was a penny, 10 cents, $1, it's really hard to keep it and getting it up there and stuff. Jeff Schwartz says, time to re-enter bingo. It's getting closer, but still not yet. And that's what people don't get. Like a lot of these stocks, if you got it, most of them, they start, just like bingo at, 30 cents, 40 cents before it takes off. If you got in at the right time, you did terrific. But most of these go way up like this did and come way down. I'm shocked that a 20 cent or 50 cent stock is maintaining and still holding. This company doesn't make any money. They, have news out. These are all tough ones. And let's see here. Earnings call transfer with me. So they had earnings today. So or yesterday was earnings. So I don't know. If they had earnings, they lost money, revenue's up. Why is this stock going to run? It's just like Planterra. You guys all, everybody likes it. And they came out and said, we're not going to do anything. Why? This is why it's $21. When Kathy, the ARC lady, said, buy this one, it went to $29. So if she bought it for $29, she's down 30% on it. This stuff moves fast when it moves, and you just got to watch them and stuff. But so Unknown Prodigy says, it's amazing. I am mad. I lost $5 on an instant lottery ticket. Raja makes $437,000. So, but we're gonna have a rough day tomorrow. Like I said, this is gonna be another nail biting evening. At least it's coming down a little bit because, like I showed you guys, when this stock, so it's 129 right now. When this stock today was at 132, this was flat, and you have time validation and everything going away. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a long 2 days. Like I said, I did do a hedge on it just to protect myself. Not that one. Just to protect myself, a couple of points. It's not much, but we could still be down a couple of $100,000. Like I said, I need this to make some real money on this. I need this thing at $100 or below on Friday, and this thing is a home run, for me. So. But yeah, like I said, there's the volatility and everything. In other news, because I know you guys have wanted to know what's going on, Kenny and the research team, UAMM, pre-market winner, love this one. AAB, the darling bounced on one dip, still has life. GTII was a winner today. MMP, winner early on, and still like it for life. BDGR flat, still waiting for its day. NRPI, 952, dip call winner, but love this one, still for a boom. NIHK, 1005, a winner. AZFL, 1012, a winner. IGX, winner, love this one for more. EATR winner, DSCR winner, has more life to come. WTII winner and has life. KYNC winner has more life still. LTCN winner has more life. SKDI 1125 dip call winner has a ton of life left. GRLF 1229 winner has life left. Again, you have to look at these calls as winners if you're swinging them. And so what he's saying is, and that's why it's very important to be on top of when Kenny, puts out these and the research team in our Patreon group. And any of you guys can join our private Patreon group to get, any trades I make, I post in real time on our Patreon page. And you just go to patreon.com, Raja Makes Money. And also you get added to our private Facebook group. And that's where everybody can talk about stocks and has access to Kenny and the research team. But these a lot of these dip plays, you have to be in and out fast. Like you guys saw yesterday, I bought 10 or $8,000. I made $700 in 8 minutes or 10 minutes. Like as soon as you see these are ones that you got to play. Kind of like I was just saying, if there's 300 of us watching this right now, and we all immediately were to go pick a stock, and we all bought 10,000 shares of it, that stock's going to run. And then as soon as we say, all right, it's now, oh God, it keeps running. It's running. Okay, now let's sell. and then it's going to come down. It's like a pyramid. Someone's going to be a winner, someone's going to be a loser. So you have to really know how to play those dips, unless the stock's running because of some actual news that really makes sense, and it's not just being promoted on a a message board, or something like that. So, but hey guys, terrific day in the market. I hope you guys all did good in the market today as well. It's going to be a nail biter the next couple of days. We'll have to figure out these hedges and what else to do. Hopefully I don't lose too much more hair, because I barely have any left as it is. But you guys, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button and the gray bell so you get notifications when we go live. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you click the follow button and the thumb up button so that you get notifications on Facebook, because you are not going to want to miss the rest of this week, because it is going to be one heck of a nail biter week. And even next week, if we don't close GameStop out, it could be. Here's the thing: if GameStop is around 100, or those options are $15, I'm done with it. If I can make my $2 on that hedge, 200 grand there, and this stock's and the options $15, that would give me about another 600-700 grand. I am done with this stock, depending on where it ends. So it is going to be one hell of a wild ride. But thank you guys for joining me on that ride. And hey, you guys are the money makers. Make a lot of money this week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after the market closes. Take care and best of luck.